Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Krista and you are watching the Radical Angel Esoterica. So let's get into your April 2019 reading for Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. What does Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising need to know for April 2019? Messages for Leo, April 2019. Leo, April 2019. All right. So we're using a 7-card spread today, and then as always, I'll use the bottom of the deck for general energy for you. Let's see here. Make sure you can see these okay. All right, Leo, so bottom of the deck energy for you is the King of Pentacles. So this is someone who's probably a self-made man, probably an investor, someone with a lot of money, a lot of assets. This could be you if you have if you're cross-watching, for example, you're a Leo, say, sun, and you have a Virgo moon. This could very well be your energy. I could be reading for some Leos with Earth in their charts, for example, who are men, and this could very well be your energy as well. Otherwise, it just as a general matter here, we're dealing with energy that is very stable. This could have to do with assets, long-term investments, someone who's self-made, okay, someone who's very practical, reliable, stable, and someone who has what we might consider, masculine energy, sort of forceful or projective energy as opposed to receptive energy. And this is at the bottom of the deck. So that's the energy that's going to touch on the whole month for you. This could have to do as well with an actual person. This could be a Taurus. The King of Pentacles is sort of under the auspices of the sign of Taurus. However, it could be other earth signs as well, Capricorn or Virgo. Ultimately, this is very strong, stable energy that's sort of impacting the rest of the month for you. Let's get into each position here. So in your recent past, a big decision either had to be made or you've been called to make a very big decision here. The Lovers always portends some sort of situation around the heart, mind, what you're thinking and what you're feeling, essentially. But that's a mirage. It's sort of a facade, and it's sort of what, when we can't face our feelings or when we can't accept our feelings, what we tend to try to do with this is we try to think about them or analyze them or try to determine what to think about them because the feeling itself is uncomfortable for one reason or another. So it looks like a decision might have had to have been made here around the heart and mind, but as it turns out, it's always going to be the heart is in charge here. Your feelings are accurate. They are on point. So because this was in the past, I'm going to suggest here that a big decision either had been made that you had to contemplate your feelings about, or you were called to make a big decision here, and whether you did or didn't is going to help guide us through the rest of the month here. Also, and I don't say this enough, you do with this information what you want to. I'm not in charge of, say, the outcomes of this. I think what tarot readings are really good for is to enlighten you to what may lie ahead or what could be factors in a situation, for example, and give you a heads up or give you an opportunity to switch things up, especially if you don't like the outcome or if you can see, at least for the immediate future, what the outcome may hold. And it gives you a chance to do something about that. And it also alerts you to, what could be, elements, for example, with a major arcana here that could be out of your control that you have to work within. So that's what we're looking at within your tarot reading. It's always up to you, however, what you do with the messages. All right, so that being said, we do have in the present the Seven of Pentacles. All sevens are a period of time where we can, and you have two, it's a period of time where we can reflect. We can do some revision, editing, revisiting. But this is in a very practical state in in the physical world, very similar here to the King of Pentacles. This is all happening within the five senses, the world that we live in, and the things that we can touch, taste, and smell. So with regard to the Seven of Pentacles being in your present, you might have even made this decision here, and here you are having to organize something in a very practical sense. Organize your assets or your belongings, or even people around you. If you didn't make a decision here, it looks like it may be cropping up again. You have to revisit something and organize it somehow. There could even be an element here with regard to, what do you absolutely need and want, and what can you let go of here as well. In the future, we have the Hierophant. So here's where we're looking at sort of big, this is our first major arcana in your reading here. And these are traditions, essentially. This is traditional roles, traditional ideologies, mind frames. This could be literally traditional, say, institutions, could be the church, could be the law, could be architecture, the art world, medicine, the institution of marriage. So really big institutional concerns here. Also anything regarding, and I might even add the word contract or vows at this time, because this does have to do also with weddings, vows, contracts, commitments, anything that's long-term, steady, built to last. Old-fashioned would be another way to frame this as well. Just a lot of really stable, permanent energy here, and this is in your future. So what's going on here could very well be impacted by or have to do with a Taurus or an earth sign, or something that you did work very hard on here and did think it was built to last, or you had hoped was built to last here, but there's a little bit of you're mulling this over here. And look, here is your second seven. The Seven of Swords does give us a little bit of leeway in terms of how to interpret it. Of course, I'm going to do it with regard to the cards surrounding it. On its face, there's a little bit of a trickery energy here. This does have to do with the mind, ideas, ideologies, concepts. It could also, because it's the Seven of Swords, I wouldn't normally say this is a communicative card, but this does in certainly with regard if there's relationships here, or this or that or one or the other here, it could have to do with secrecy, keeping secrets, keeping something hidden, undercover. This is a very clandestine energy. Could be trying to get away with something here, and this does represent you this month, Leo. You could also be, and because I see what we're finishing off here with a little bit of anxiety, this could be something that you're doing to yourself. You're doing to yourself, by yourself. It's definitely impacting at least one other person here. Here we have the, other information that's available to you. Of course, this could be a person. The Empress, we are dealing with a 3. We're dealing with Gemini energy. But also the Empress does fall under the rulership of Taurus. So again, there's very, very strong Taurian energy here for you. If you're not dealing, like I said, if it's not your own chart or you don't know any Tauruses, this could have to do with Taurus ruled concepts, okay? So this is long-term planning. This is assets and belongings. This is also values and value systems. Because we do have institutions here, in particular, I would say, values in terms of what you say monetarily or economically value. Here with the institution card, we're dealing with, value systems. But the Empress is really giving you an opportunity here, or, at least letting you know here that there is an opportunity to give birth to something. This is a very creative energy. This, the Emperor is, the yin, sort of the aggressor, the masculine energy, right? And then we have this yang energy, this very receptive energy. But the beautiful thing about it is just because you can't see it, right? Like very similar, say, to gestation itself, you can't necessarily see what's going on inside or behind the scenes or under the surface here, or in secret, as it were. But something is burgeoning, something is growing, and something will develop here, right? Because this is a major arcana. So this is not small beans. This is happening whether we appreciate it or acknowledge it or even like it. The challenge, I would say, you need to get to the heart of a very profound matter here. The heart of the matter, your heart. This is a very spiritual energy. This is one of the most powerful, in my view, right? One of the most powerful, spiritually advanced cards here. I think you may have to face something about yourself. What is in your heart? Because the challenge is a very pure, undiluted, spiritually well, spiritually advanced. I would say that this is, most of the artwork around this card, for example, is about an overflowing cup. So it's a very emotional card, but it's emotional wealth, right? It's emotional well-being, it's wealth, it's sort of, your immediate tie with, say, source or God, universal energy. It's a very beautiful energy, but this is appearing in your challenge position. So I think you need to get to the heart of the matter here, because your outcome, similar to what represents you this month, and you can even see the color is quite similar as well, because we are dealing with the same energy. The 7, like I said, a little bit of trickster energy here. There could be sort of clandestine, hidden secrets going on here. The outcome to not facing what's really in your heart, or the heart of the matter, as it were, or any number of the words that I just used to describe the Ace of Cups, is over worry, anxiety, could even be leading to depression, but certainly sleeplessness. I do want to get, let's get a qualifier card before we pick some other oracle cards here to polish off your reading. I want to look at this 7. I really want to see why. Okay. 2 more major arcanas flipped over as I was shuffling, talking about this. You got to figure something out, Leo. The secret, first of all, is huge. This is impacting a lot more than you think it is. It's very impactful, and it's making huge, and we also have beginnings and endings with a 10. So there's a cycle that needs to end here. Wheel of Fortune. Are you going to continue going the same way in a circle, or are you going to spiral out? And then we have a surrender or a sacrifice may be necessary here. So this is profound, Leo. There's a lot going on here, dear. Like I said, I did qualify the trickery card here with something is coming full circle. You have to face it. And I normally say you've already faced something because it's in your past, but I think it's showing up here in your past because I think you thought you could get away from it somehow, and it's just showing up again. But the fact that the Hanged Man is showing up, this is surrender or sacrifice is necessary. So wow, a lot of big energy for you. A lot of decision making, I think, in the month of April for you. And I think I would say, confidently here, it's something that's just not going to go away on its own. It's something that you're still sort of trying to finagle, figure out, something that you feel like, whether you're conscious of it or not, maybe you're trying to get away from, whatever. We do have gentleness here. as an additional message from the medicine cards, gentleness is necessary, especially because I think this may be very difficult for you, maybe difficult to someone else in your circle. This could be someone in your circle, could even be that Taurus who's exhibiting some gentleness and care for you at this time. Make sure that that's not exploitative. Make sure that that's not enabling energy if you know better and you should get out of something difficult. We do have power. Power is always curious to me. It can even show up. There's a power card, of course, in the medicine cards as well. You know, power is wonderful if it is for and with. If it is against, you know, there's power with, there's power to, there's power for, and then there's ego and selfish power. So it's in and of itself. You can do what you want with it, but what are you doing with your power? And these are almost in opposition to, you know, gentleness and power. Gentle power. Gentleness is your power this month. And more than, first and foremost, exhibit it to yourself. Give it to yourself. Here we have our second time. You know, the Wheel of Fortune and then a TikTok. You got to face something here, whatever it is, Leo, before it keeps cropping up. Timelessness is a theme here. It could be karmic. This could be something that, I mean, there could be an issue of, say, you know, a karmic relationship, a karmic lesson. And then, of course, chemistry. So these last two cards here, the Wisdom of the Oracle and then the Romance Angels. You can use this for any romance or relationship issue or as you see fit. So chemistry, there is a strong magnetic attraction here. So again, whatever this is huge. It's old. It's old. It's got itself planted and it might even be heavy. But you know what? Trying to get away with whatever it is here, and I can't judge. I don't even really know what's going on. Only you know, and you use this message to your advantage. But it's going to grow. It's going to give birth. It's not going away here. And you have a real opportunity to be honest and to do the right thing here. Okay? Because this is your challenge. Otherwise, it's going to keep you up at night. And I'm so sorry. And it's not going to solve anything. So that is your reading for the month. Sorry for the hiccup there at the end. I wish you all the best until we meet in the next video, Leo. Bye for now.